This is Ricky with BikeWorks, and I am sitting here in my sewing studio. And today we are going to learn how to stitch up a face mask. Bikes definitely intersect in a lot of parts of my life. So, aside from being a bike educator at BikeWorks, I also run a small business, Toasty Threads, where I make wool winter cycling caps and regular cycling caps alike. So, in a time like right now, I feel like it's really important for us to think about what sorts of mutual aid that we're able to support with and how we bring our communities closer together. Even though we're social distancing, it doesn't mean that we need to be distanced from each other. Part of this video is to give some folks some tricks and tips to be able to make your own masks. I know that there's a short supply out for the medical workers right now. So we want to make sure that we are well prepared and not taking away from the resources that are critical for other folks. So we got this. So you're going to start by cutting out 4 mirrored pattern pieces and 2 7-inch elastic bands. This is the modified pattern piece that I created. You can see the measurements on there, but there are plenty of pattern pieces that are similar to this online that you can find also. This pattern is reversible, so you should be able to cut out 2 mirrored sides of each for you to have a 2-sided mask, just in case you want to switch it up. Your first step is going to be stitching those mirrored pieces together to create your 2 faces. Our next step is going to be tacking on the elastic on both sides. So as you can see in this clip here, I have the elastic on the top edge facing down, and then here I have it on the side edge facing inwards. You'll do that on both sides. So for this next step, we're going to be stitching those faces together and making sure that we are leaving a 2-inch gap to be able to flip our pattern inside out. So those faces should be around the same size. So you're just going to want to be stitching those edges together. So you're going to notice here that I am back tacking, and I'm going to lift my needle up and move the fabric about 2 inches to create that hole where I'm going to flip the pattern inside out. So I am back tacking on all of the elastic points because those are stress points and I want to reinforce those. So now you are ready to see what it looks like. Hopefully it looks good. You'll know in just a second. You're going to want to look for that hole that you created, and you can reach in and grab that elastic band to make it a little easier to pull out. And then you should have what roughly looks like a mask right now. And we want to do our final finishing stitch to close it all up. The main thing about this step is we want to be able to close up that hole that we created. So as you can see, I just found it there. And so I want to just stitch close to the edge, not too close to the edge, but I want to catch that hole to make sure that it doesn't open up. So there you have it. That is your final step. So you should have a fairly functional face mask at this point. I hope that this demystifies the process for you and makes it a little easier for you to be out in the world in this strange time. I appreciate you taking a moment to watch the video. and I hope that you're able to share this and share your process with other folks.